we thought that it would be nice to have a honeymoon in Chicago. So we drove there, and by the time we got there, it was late in the evening. And Chicago is a windy city, and it was windy. And in those days, we wore hats with fedora hats. We just got to the hotel, and I stepped out on the Lakeside Drive and caught a gust of wind, and that fedora went sailing down the avenue. And the only one thing to do was to run it down and get it, which I did. And then we were checked into the hotel, and everything after that was great.
Of course, during that time, I acted like I didn't know him.
I worked for U.S. Rubber Company, and I sat in the front of the office, and every morning this lady came in late, and she's still late, but she came in late every morning, and so I noticed her. So that's how I first saw her and met her, and we finally got together, and she'll tell you the rest of the story.
We met each other in November. We had our first date in February. He gave me my ring in May, and we married in July. And we've been together for 52 years this coming July the 7th.
The first time we met, we were both freshmen at the University of Tennessee. And I came in the room, I guess it was an English class, and she asked me, I asked her if I could sit beside her, and we were on the front row. And she said, if you'll dance at my wedding. What?
You're already skipping part. You wanted to share my book.
Oh, I wanted to share her book.
He didn't buy his
that's what I was
book.
supposed to do. I didn't buy a book. So I wanted to look off of her book for that quarter.
So you asked.
And so I asked you, may I look off your book? And she said, if you'll dance at my wedding. And I said, not only will I dance at your wedding, I'll be the groom.
We met on March the 6th, 1955, and we saw each other on weekends from then until June the 25th, and we got married on June the 25th. And he has remembered
1955.
1955, same year. And he has remembered March the 6th for 58 years. So that's probably the most startling thing about us. We really didn't know much about each other. I would cook something and he would tell me he didn't like that, and I'd think, oh, well, I don't know what you like.
We met at Asbury College one time. He was coming down the library steps and I was coming up. And a mutual friend introduced us, and that's how we got to know each other.
We got married in an educational unit. It didn't seem to matter to us where we were going to get married. We wanted to get married, so.
I remember it was December 27th, and my father, who's a minister, had asked his daughters, he said, don't ever get married, please, at Easter or Christmas. And we very solemnly said, okay, Dad, we won't, which we did, so.
It's been a wonderful, wonderful 50 years, 54 years. And we're so grateful to God. And our favorite verse is Philippians 4:13. And we put it, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us.